Wings for Life World Run. Everywhere at the same time.
Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
Go! On May 10th, we run together for those who can't. To find a cure for spinal cord injury. Join us now.
They put hot honey sauce on the snack wrap? McDonald's outdid themselves again. The classic snack wrap we all know and love, paired with the sweet heat of hot honey sauce? Just what we needed to make it even more perfect. You know the drill. So go to McDonald's and try it today.
Hey y'all, I'm QUANNA, the founder and producer of Carefree Black Girl Podcast, filling in today for our amazing host. Today I'm about to have a dynamic conversation with some amazing HBCU leaders here on Carefree Black Girl Podcast, where we discuss all things carefree, black, and girl. So Carefree Black Girl Pod. Today I'm joined here by some dope HBCU leaders, Courtney and A'Miya. From the practice field to real life, Courtney and A'Miya share how leadership and being part of HBCU tradition shape their work ethic, style, and how they navigate campus life. They also want to come here today on Carefree Black Girl Podcast and talk about what it means to be an HBCU leader and how that is going to shape the future. All right, y'all. We got my girl Courtney. We got my girl A'Miya. Go ahead and introduce yourselves a little bit for the listeners of Carefree Black Girl Podcast.
Okay.
Starting with you, A'Miya.
Hey, everybody. My name is A'Miya McKenzie. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and I am a recent graduate of Clark Atlanta University with my degree being in business administration with a concentration in management. And I also served as the Silver Breeze captain for the 2025-2026 academic school year.
Hey guys, my name is Courtney. I'm a junior criminal justice major with a minor in biology, and I'm from Savannah, Georgia. Currently, I serve as the junior class secretary. I'm also a vet on the Silver Breeze flag line as well. So this is my second year on the flag line. I'm also currently a campus ambassador, so I give tours on the school campus, and I also am a president ambassador as well. So I'm a lot of hats at Clark Atlanta University, so I'm very eager to talk about them.
Okay, we love to see it. Okay, leadership. We love to see that. Y'all better do y'all big one. Okay, so we got some amazing people on the podcast today, y'all. So we just gonna dive right into it. So on the 2.0 episodes, we keep it pretty brief. We keep it cute. So we'll start off with a main topic, and then we'll play some games to get to know more about y'all. So today, y'all, we're gonna kick it off with a 2.0 question. It's called Leading the Legacy. What HBCU leadership looks like now? So while we think about HBCU leadership and the things that you all have done on campus, talk about briefly what you do and what made you realize you were a leader. I'm going to start with you, Courtney.
Okay. So like I said before, I do have a lot of leadership titles on campus. I first started out running for Miss Freshman. I actually came runner-up, so that was my first step into leadership. I did a whole campaign and everything, and so that's how I was able to gain most of my friends and get to know everybody on campus. So yeah, that's kind of how I started my leadership journey. And then as I matriculated, I just told myself I'm gonna just do whatever, trying to do whatever I can on campus. And so that's what I did. I joined the band. I was an ambassador, and I'm part of Alpha Phi Sigma, which is a Criminal Justice Honor Society as well. I'm part of Tau Beta Sigma, National Honorary Band Sorority Incorporated. So yeah, I just make sure that I'm able to put myself out there. And yeah.
What about you, A'Miya?
Honestly, I would say I first realized that like I'm a leader making the decision to move 600 miles away from home, like taking the lead and taking that jump and going. I'm a first generation college student. So I am, my senior year of high school, I would say, I kind of like talked to all my friends and I just kind of like got a gist of what, see what they wanted to do after, graduation in high school. And everybody really just wanted to stay local, or in Michigan, we have a lot of plants. So a lot of people go to plant jobs. So I'm like, no, I want to do something different. I want to see something different. I don't know what I want to see, but I know it's not in Michigan. So I was the only person in my class. I graduated in 2021. I was the only person in my class to move out of state and go to a HBCU. So from that point on, I said, if I can do that, I can do anything. And that's when I found out I was a leader. I was able to, do that.
Okay, so going to a place like Clark Atlanta University, how did that help you shape who you are as a leader? Because I'm a alumni of Clark Atlanta, and you get there, you see so much different diversity, so many different types of Black people. I know it can be intimidating. What was the thing for you that made you say, like, okay, I can do this? Was it what you came in with, or was it something you saw on campus? Were you inspired by something? Anybody could start, whoever feels.
Honestly, it's what connections you make. So like being somebody that didn't know anybody from Atlanta, no family and anything, you have to put yourself out there to see, what leadership style you have and how you can like go about things. So I know for me, I was very like reserved into myself. I mean, if we want to be 100% honest, I didn't want to transfer from Clark my freshman year. It was my first semester. That's because I didn't put myself out there. I didn't go out to go to events on campus. Like I just sat in a room. So it's just like, how do you expect to go to experience anything or to know who you are now in this stage of your life if you're just sitting in your room? So it's really just about, I would say for me, experiencing things to figure out what kind of leader you are. Okay, I know I don't like this, so we're going to take this approach next time.
I love that. But I'm not gonna lie, I had moments like that where I would just sit in my room. I was in marching band from my freshman year. I was literally captain from freshman year. But
Wow.
it was times where like when band season wasn't around, I would do that. And I would feel what you said. I had moments where I'm like, girl, I need to get out and do something else. So what is it? What about you, Courtney? Like, what was the moment at CAU where you was like, okay, I'm gonna do this stuff? I mean, you answered it a little bit briefly earlier, but were you just coming in like, okay, I'm gonna do everything? Or was it like, okay, girl, I can't be on the fly on the wall today. Today is it. They got number one. Where was that moment for you?
See, for me, I went to a predominantly white high school, so I wasn't around a lot of that culture. I wasn't used to that. So when I stepped foot on campus and I was able to talk to different people and I was able to see like people telling me about campaigning and people, all the different leadership things I can do, I didn't do none of this in high school. Like the most I did was secretary of a book club. So I was like, I need to be more experienced and gain my leadership skills here at Clark. And that's what I wanted to do. So I made sure that I just put myself out there. And I think, yeah, when I stepped foot on Clark, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to, I want to do something here. I want to make my mark here. So that's what I plan on doing. So yeah, I think that's how I started.
Okay, cool. So speaking of leadership, we already there. So what is the hardest lesson that you learned as a leader so far? And it could be on a personal level about you, or it could be working with somebody else.
I've learned a lot about how I come to people and how I do have to change my tone of voice, how I use my hands. I talk a lot with my hands, things like that. And people don't take it. I don't see it as a aggressive manner, but some people take it like that. So I have to learn how to shift and how to be able to, be patient with others and, not talk too aggressive to other people. So I think that's my biggest thing. Cause I'm very passionate about what I do and whatever I do. So whenever I'm like in coach mode or anything, some people might take it the wrong way, but I think that's one of my biggest things. Like, yeah, just having to be patient with people and learning other people because it's not just me, it's other people who are perceiving me. So I have to take what they see into accountability and into account. So
I know that's right. I'm from Savannah too, girl. So yeah, we
yeah.
be like, what about you, A'Miya? What's the hardest lesson you've learned as a leader so far?
I would say two things for sure. It is patience. And especially being in a program in college because we're all adults. So it's kind of different from, doing band stuff in high school or even younger because you're not really understanding what's going on. So, but being an adult, you're having your understanding, your emotions, everything like that. So having patience, learning that everybody doesn't learn and teach the same way you and learn and teach. And then the second thing I would say, you can't carry on like other people's emotions, because that will not take you far. I am an emotional person. So it's just like when it came to practice, if somebody moved, they come in, they moved a little shaky, I'm picking that up. And it's just like, okay, now my mood a little shaky, but you can't pick those kind of things up. You have to just like let it roll right off your shoulders. So those were like the two hardest lessons that I had to learn. Still working on it, we're human, but those were the two lessons that I learned.
I love that. I mean, because I feel that because as a business owner, even now, when somebody come in with a stink attitude, I'm already ready like to either be like, girl, forget her, or match it, or either be like, girl, what's wrong with you? And it's like, sometimes you got to just like let people be in their moment and just continue on about the day and just go ahead and get with the goals, that's set for the day. Because it's like, once you let that little piece get into you, then it changes your mood. So I understand that. I love both of y'all answers. Y'all really killing it, ladies. I'm so proud of y'all. And if you're listening to this again, y'all, I'm a producer, so I'm fangirling right now. These are like my little babies. So if y'all don't know, I am CAU alumni. I'm also Silver Breeze alumni. I'm also a member of Tau Beta Sigma. So, this is all distinct. And I'm from Savannah. So this is like full circle. I'm a little older, but this is full circle for me. Okay, cool. So I know that you talked a lot about empathy, A'Miya. How do you lead while also giving yourself grace?
Now, with me leading, I know I tried to be the leader that I would want. So with my team, maybe you can ask some people, I probably care too much about what they thought. But that's how I decided to lead. I wanted to know, okay, how did this practice go? Or how did the teaching go for you? Like, I'm just trying to always get constant feedback, because I know the type of leader that I know what kind of leader I would want sitting in front of me. So I would try to like, reciprocate that same energy. Giving myself grace, I did, something everybody can know about me. This is my second time ever touching a flag, 2025. And that was my first time, like, being captain and everything. So everything was completely new to me. So I knew that just because just because this is my first time, I have to give myself grace. So, just be nice to myself, because I don't know it all, and I'm human, kind of thing. That's all I tell myself. You're human. You're gonna make mistakes. As long as you hold yourself accountable and learn from them, you can grow from it. And so that's really the mindset I have for the season. And I think the team turned out pretty well with me being leadership.
I don't know. You did a pretty good job. You was good. When I came from homecoming, I wouldn't have known this was only your second year. So kudos to you. What
Thank
about
you.
you, Miss Courtney? How do you give yourself grace as a leader, even off of the flag field or the band field, football field? I always forget we're there for the football team. Gosh.
No, for real. But one way I give myself grace is to remember, like A'Miya said, I am human. I do have a lot of things that I do on campus, so sometimes I tend to get overwhelmed. So whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed, I take a step back, let's sleep it out, and then I'll maybe wake up again, try to feel rejuvenated, write down everything that I need to do. So I'll like write down Tau Beta Sigma, write down everything I need for that. Campus ambassadors, everything I need for that. Silver Breeze, everything I needed for that. Write down, put it on a list, make sure I can visualize it and see what I actually need to do. And usually that helps me a lot, is visualizing, actually physically seeing everything that I need to do. So that's how I give myself grades, try to stop myself from panicking and things like that. So yeah.
Okay, cool, y'all. That was great. So the second part of 2.0 question, as I stated earlier, this year is the 100th year of having Black History Month this February. And this episode will be one of the episodes that commemorate that. So as an HBCU leader, what is one thing that you think is important for you to do now so that the legacy of HBCUs, Black history could last another 100 years?
Okay, so I would say one thing that I would do now is just keep the legacy alive. So I would say for me, the high school I went to in Michigan's Henry Ford Academy is a high school inside of the Henry Ford Museum, but it was very diverse. And when it came down to touring colleges, I did not tour not one HBCU at that school. So I really didn't have any knowledge of HBCUs. I had to go out and do my own research. So I would say just keeping that legacy alive and outreach to minorities, to Black children, even if they're not in high school. I mean, yeah, even if they're not in high school, go to middle schools, go to elementary schools, and let them like plant that seed now, so they know, okay, this is what I want to do when I go to high school. Like just keeping the legacy alive, because going to HBCU is not a trend. This is our legacy. These are our traditions. This is our culture. So yeah.
So one thing that I'm making sure to make sure that the legacy in Black History Month is continually celebrated is, as youth class secretary, I'm having events. We're doing different things to celebrate Black History Month. We also have our junior spotlight, so that celebrates all of our Black students and what they're doing on campus, different things like that. So I feel like just celebrating others, bringing forth what Black African Americans are doing on campus, because we have a lot of students that are doing a lot of things.
I love that. And I love what you ladies are saying, because if your high school didn't have no HBCUs, that mean that every year you need to be calling them like, hey, make sure y'all get some HBCUs on these tours, because it's Black schools out there for these Black students. And you too, Courtney, honey, even if it's one Black kid at that school, they need to know about it. Okay, I love that. Okay, cool. If you were a younger, well, y'all kind of answered this a little bit, but if you were a younger kid coming from a predominantly white high school or mixed high school, and you wanted to explain the importance of going to HBCU, and this was 50 years from now, 100 years from now, what would you say?
Since I did come up from a predominantly white high school, I would just tell them it's a culture shock. You have to. I even have my brother. I'm forcing him to go to any HBCU. No, it doesn't even have to be Clark, because I just feel like having that opportunity to go to a HBCU, to see the different culture, to see people who are like-minded with you, it's an amazing experience just to be around everyone, because you're around future leaders as well. You're around future lawyers, doctors, different things like that. So the connections you make as well is amazing. So I would just express how much going to HBCU will help you in the long run. So yeah.
I would tell them a lot of the leaders that they do learn about in school, W.E.B. Du Bois, Martin Luther King, they've come from HBCUs. They've taught at HBCUs. They shared their knowledge, like not only that their legacy is in these school books that you have right now, but their legacy is all over. It's at every HBCU. It's everywhere. So it's just like, it doesn't stop here. Because I know my sister, she is 14. She has this thing with she loves Rosa Parks. So it's just like, with her, I know like there's more to learn. Like, okay, it's not just Rosa Parks. Go to HBC, you're going to learn a lot more about, the rich history of African Americans and the leaders that we have. So it's just like, that's where I would start. Like, it's more, it doesn't stop where the lesson stopped at school, in middle school, in high school kind of thing. I hope that answers.
Yes, bigger legacy to experience. I love that. Okay, so we're gonna switch gears here. So at Carefree Black Girl, we play a little games on the 2.0 episode. So this game is gonna be a game of Who Said That. All I'm gonna say is I'm gonna read a quote, and y'all gonna have to try to guess who said it. Most of these people are gonna be historical figures, and I'm gonna try to give y'all some clues. But yeah, I'm gonna try. So these people were leaders at they're Black people. Everybody's Black. So these people were leaders when they were youth. All right. And it's a game of Who Said That? Who said that? Who said that? Everyone.
Is it gonna be like multiple choice?
No, girl, you supposed to try to guess. I could give you a hint.
Okay.
I'm bad with names. We got to see how this go.
But this is the time to call in TBS sisters. So I many Sigma girls come in the back and help her out. Okay, so the first quote is, faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase.
I like that. I might have to write that down.
Can y'all guess who said that? I'll give a hint. It's a male from the
I'm
AUC.
gonna go with Martin Luther King.
Yes. Okay, because I couldn't. I said birthday because I knew it would have been too easy. But yeah, Martin Luther King. Okay, so these next two, I'm gonna give y'all a slight hint. These next two are gonna be women, Black women. All right. Quote number 2. If there's a book that you want to read, but it hasn't been written yet, then you must write it.
Is that Maya Angelou?
Close, but not quite.
Not Maya Angelou.
Oh, geez.
Okay.
We're going balls.
All
Tony
right.
Morrison.
Yes, you said it the first time. You were yes. If there's a book out there that you want to read and you haven't read it yet, you must write it. Okay, so the last one is pretty simple, and actually, this last quote has been quoted by 2 people. So again, one of them, we've said her name already in this conversation. It goes, "Turn your wounds into wisdom."
Maya Angelou.
No.
Oh. I was saying we said her name. Oh, Rosa Parks. I'm trying to think of who names we just said. You said we
Okay,
said
so I'm gonna give y'all this one. So Oprah Winfrey said this one. As, as well as oh my god, the other name is like skipping me right now. Oh, she's irrelevant. So Oprah Winfrey said it. And Nene Leakes also said it.
we just
To quote the famous Oprah Winfrey, you have to turn your wounds into winsome honey. But yeah, that was good. Y'all got
Okay.
2 out of 3. Cool
That
to
was
see y'all. Okay, so moving right along. So before we end every episode, we try to leave our listeners with some carefree keys. So because you ladies are HBCU leaders, what is one key that you would equip yourself with coming in your freshman year?
Okay, so one thing I would tell my freshman self is that just just do it. Do it like Nike. I would tell them just try out for whatever you see, whatever you see. If you're interested in it, I would just tell them to try out because the worst they can say is no. And I've got my fair share of no's, and look at me now. I'm still flourishing and still doing the best that I can. And I'm pretty proud of myself to where I've come. So I would just tell myself to just do it. If you see it's something that you want to do, go ahead and just do it.
All right, Miss A'Miya, what's one key that you would equip a freshman with? Whether it's somebody like you or somebody
I would say I agree with Courtney. I would say do it. Do it scared. Do it. As soon as the thought cross your mind that you want to do it, just do it. Because the more you think about it, the more you start thinking of what could go wrong. And you won't be able to matriculate through life if you always think about what's going to go wrong. So do it if you are new to it. Do it if you don't have any experience. Do it, just do it. Because do it scared. Just like Courtney said, just do it. You have to keep an open mind. You can't because you're your biggest, competitor. So you can't, the brain is gonna tear you up if you let it. So you can't let it win. Just gotta go. Keep open mind and do it.
All right. So, in closing, y'all, this has been an amazing episode featuring some amazing HBCU leaders who continue to shape culture and define who we are as a community. This year, we are celebrating 100 years of Blackness, and people like A'Miya and Courtney are going to be the ones leading the charge. If you're listening to this episode, make sure you all follow them. A'Miya, where can we follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok. I think those are the same two usernames. It's Maya Milan, MIYA MILANN. And, any of my girls, guys out there want to go to HBCU, thinking about Clark, thinking about the band, reach out. I'll send out some information. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed having us on the show.
All right, my girl Courtney, where can we find you, Miss Courtney?
And if you want to find me, like A'Miya said, my TikTok and Instagram is the same. It's Pretty Court. It's PrettyCourt. And then it's a __ in there too. But yes, that is where you could find me. And if you want to go to Clark as well, you should definitely follow Clark at CAU 1988. And yes, and if you have any questions, I'm always free to answer any. I'm always available as well. So, and I love mentoring people as well. So for real, if you want to come to Clark Atlanta University, I would love for you to mention me, talk to me about it.
Okay, so before we wrap it up, I do want to shout out the best band. Um, if you are a musician, a dancer, flagger, interested in anything of that nature, follow TAU Bands. We actually have a high school band camp coming up in June. So just follow the page. And if you have any questions, you can contact me, Courtney, or you can contact the band page and let us know. I hope to see you all there.
Yeah. Okay, and I think the band page is CAU Bands, right?
Yes.
CAU Bands is the band page. If you are anybody interested in joining the band or interested in just being around and in the know. Again, y'all, this has been an amazing episode of the Carefree Black Girl Podcast. I'm your producer, QUANNA, signing out. Make sure you all follow us at Carefree Black Girl Inc. Join our newsletter. We just hit 25,000 subscribers. And be sure to hit us up on our 10-city tour starting this March at South by Southwest. We cannot wait to hang out with y'all. Bye.